My name is Margaret Ann Windsor, and the name I have to use still is Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married a Childers. And I'm going to make this one short because I don't have that much space left anyway. But again, I've moved. I've been forced to move because of toxic fumes. You know, in case anybody doesn't know, I think they all do, that the toxic fumes can cause brain damage. Kids inhale things, and you know it's illegal. But it's not illegal for me to go hand over money for a room or an apartment to rent, and minutes later, or maybe a day later, the maintenance guy or handyman or whoever, if I walk out the door or it's already done, has it fixed to through the air conditioning heating unit. I've had them come in housekeeping, and somebody says, "Gee, you get housekeeping?" No, that's not the story that's going on here. They came in and soaked my bedding. I couldn't step out the door, and I'd roll at night so sick. I've put it up, and I've prayed on social media that some civil rights, because I've gone to civil rights years ago, and I'm told that what I turn over is picked up immediately. And I've applied for jobs, and I've been told that right after I applied, they came and removed the job application. None of this is legal. Nobody had to consort with whoever's doing it. It's law enforcement. But I want to get back. This is because of my kidnapping, who I am, that I found out in '83. I was in a political campaign. And I did the right things. I loved people. I'm a giving person. I don't have that much to give. It's all been stolen. And I haven't seen that in return. People have really been cruel and mean and broken the law. And the FBI guy up in Noe, up in Agent Noe, was retired in Grottoes in '84. I still had Larry Flint's car because he'd been shot in what I was trying to tell about before I found out about my kidnapping and the real reason all this is happening, torturing me. The FBI agent came in. He came in often, supposed to have retired there. And he said to me one day, you know, they've made it so ludicrous, and that's the FBI he's referring to, that everybody knows you tell the truth. It gives them a chance to help you or walk away. Well, they can't wait to walk fast enough. So I'm going to get to this. What's happening is law enforcement gets something. Everybody's got something to hide. They get things on people where they've broken the law or their children have. And they threaten them with prosecution, or they'll drop the charges in return for what they're doing to me. What they're doing to me and have done is unspeakable. You can't put it. It's on a daily basis lists. You can't get it prosecuted. It's because of who I am. And nobody, quite frankly, gives a rat's except the Brits and the Germans. I'm not talking about my family in Britain. They were in on the kidnapping. I put all this up on YouTube, Facebook, social media, Google+. And I've done it over the years because the law didn't work for me. And someone gave me a phone, quite frankly, where I could video it about 5 years ago or 4. So it hasn't helped at all. And there's no doubt who I am. And yet there's another woman that claims to be my half-sister now. She's not. But she gets to use the Windsor name. And she's touted as being nice. She's not getting worked over like me, and she's not my sister, half-sister, nothing. Her name's Craig. Last name is Craig, C-R-A-G-G, Emily Craig. So anyway, I have an immune disorder, and when I'm around toxic fumes, my immune system attacks itself. It causes mass inflammation. It can, according to how long, and this is ongoing. And I've put up retired state trooper Carl Barton, who told me back in '09, he said, well, his wife did. He said, this is how we run you with chemicals. Well, I knew that, but my word is no good. They can laugh me off, people do. Law enforcement goes in, they find safety codes or what cleanliness, whatever codes that go, health codes in a motel hotel. In HUD, the same thing happened there. That's along. I put that up. There's no doubt that any of this is deliberate, done. It's killing me over time. My organs, kidneys, lungs, all of it. My hair's falling out because it's been mass everywhere I've gone. And it's a horror story when someone like LOA, because they've never helped me except with a few taxi rides, and now then I have to pay. Well, it's only $5, but if you want to take the lip service that goes with it, they said something the other day, and let me tell you, I've put this up, telling about it, even putting papers to support it, documents and stuff throughout it, that nobody can doubt. My God, on some of it you can go back and check records where they've just paved. They just happened to do all this on the day or the day after I move in. Edinburgh Village over there, I moved in, and I was told by U.S. Marshal, well, I know it, but he confirmed it. They paid for the landscaping. I guess my country paid for it. The landscaping and paving when I went in there, which must have cost a fortune. So to torture me when I pay for a room or apartment, just like you, when I can get one, I pay to be able to live in it, not to have poison air come in on me. And Judge Judy, I've mentioned that Judge Judy, on two of her programs, one of them was yesterday I happened to watch before I got so sick the fumes started pouring in. I just got back, by the way, trying to walk and getting overcharged on the cab for the first time. They've always been nice to me. Yellow Cab has. This first time that's happened. They did give me a portion of it back. But I want to tell you about a 78-year-old woman who's been beaten to a pulp. It's how they're doing it. I don't know where my children are, and nobody gives a rat. They talk about land of the free and home of the brave. They've been free, and it was that brave what you've done to me. Now then, I've lost my train of thought, I guess. I was going to tell about Judge Judy. She had a program yesterday, and she's had another one, and she found for the not the plaintiff. The plaintiff was suing because it was mold and all that in the apartment. And she said, move, Judge Judy did. You have the option, you move. Well, I've moved, and that's the trouble. Then people, well knowing what's going on with me, will turn around like LOA and say, well, they can't help me if I move. Well, they're helping me just with some cab rides, which was a help. I think they helped me with about 4 before they started charging me the $5. But it's having to explain to them when I know they already know what's going on with me. I've begged people to help me stop with them being able to come into my apartment or control my place of living and the toxic fumes that are killing me. It's a weapon. People who join into it are guilty of all kinds of crimes: conspiracy, assault, fraud. When I come in and pay for a room that's soaked in chemicals, my God. So I'm going to leave that. That's there. They know what's going on, LOA does, and to have to sit and have someone say, well, we did a background check in my credit. How can I do anything when I'm busy crawling and running from one place to the other, so sick I can't stand it? I don't even have food to eat half the time. I'm begging, and I don't have clothes, period. So for have someone to insult me. So now then, I'm going to go, if I can get this up here, on the maintenance or the handyman. I came down here from running back and forth, and you can tell by the way I look what's happened to me. I can hardly get up over the last couple of months. I run from one place to the other, and it starts again. And records of paving, remodeling, and all this would be there, but I can't get an attorney, all right, to represent me. But anyway, the maintenance guy moved in here Wednesday morning, paid a cab to come to the other place. I was just about dead and rested, and it was too expensive. I came here, paid a cab. All right, this is what's going on. And I'm so sick and pulling trash bags and trying to keep my backpack and sleeping bag together. Now then, I came here Wednesday, the 9th. And the room looked okay. I'd stayed here some time back, last year, I believe, and it wasn't good, but they had redone it a little bit and cleaned it up. So I took it, and the air conditioning and all that worked until I started to, that still worked, but I found out that the microwave didn't work. So I called him, because I had to cook something to eat and coffee, heat something, and it should work, for God's sake, just like I should have clean air. I shouldn't be sitting here begging for the law to work for me. Okay, he finally got here about 5 o'clock. He came in, and he's a handyman. And he doesn't have degrees or whatever in chemicals. They shouldn't be doing it anyway. It's assault and killing me. But he came in and he had to go back and forth, said he had the wrong tool, the wrong something, because he had to take this off of the refrigerator. I was sitting right here. There's a point to this. I'm sitting right here in front. So when he comes in, he finally gets it fixed. He brings a new one in, and then he's going to take the old one out. Well, he's carrying it, and here's the point I'm making. Without going any further, there was no place for him to lose. He showed it. I don't even know what it was. It was it wasn't even that big, but you could hold it in your hand. And he handed it to me. What's he telling me this for? Anyway, it's cryptic. He said they have these in jail, and you're not supposed to let them have them, or they could get out. And I thought, what's he mean? And he leaves. Well, the heat was okay night before last. I went to buy groceries, and this is typical. I went to buy groceries, and I don't have that much money. I paid a cab, and to and from, I paid it. And I got a few things, brought it back, and I got back in, and as usual, it started again, the fumes. And I've had to leave before so many times after I just bought groceries. I don't get to eat. I don't get to eat out. I get to watch others. And my money and my hell came in the form of ransom money. I'm a hostage. I can't go home. First of all, they made it where I can't get a passport. And Elizabeth certainly wouldn't let me back into England. She knows all of this is going on, and she's stood by and watched it and gave her thumbs up. Okay, she's money hungry like everybody else. They want to keep their jobs. That's what one of the doctors, I used to work for doctors, said. People will help you until they think that there's repercussions. Well, the maintenance guy, I'm doing this for a reason, and I got to hurry or this won't go up. The law enforcement, FBI law enforcement, get things on people. Everybody has something to hide. And I had a letter from them, and I've put this up, ongoing investigation. That was in 79. And this man pretty much said it, the handyman, when he went out the door holding the microwave. He said, I'm a veteran, and I got a Purple Heart. He said, I got shot twice in the stomach. He said, I bet you don't get what I do. He said, I get, and I think I'm right on the figures he said. He said he got $3,000 from the military, and he got $2,000 or maybe more, I can't remember, for disability. And he says, and I work here and I collect, I don't know how much that was. But it came to, if I'm correct, it's way too much. It was $5,000. I thought, no. I don't get anything hardly, and I'm not allowed to keep it anyway. So they got something. That's what they got on him. That's fraud right there, disability fraud. So they got something on him, and I'm going to let it go. I'm just showing you an example. I can't live much longer. Last night when I got back with the groceries yesterday, all hell broke loose. The air conditioning started gushing fumes that in the night, I've had some bad times, but you begin to wonder if you're going to have a brain left, all right?